everyone, welcome back to Liz Sews. Today I'm going to be showing you how to modify the back band of your bra to get different styles. So this pattern that I have right here is the Black Beauty from Emerald Erin. So this style of back band is called a T-strap attachment. And that is that the straps attach in a sort of perpendicular manner to the back of the bra like this, and they get sort of tucked into the elastics. I personally, this is not my favorite style of attachment. So I always like to use what's called a leotard attachment, and that is where the strap sort of scoops up from the hook and eye. So it's really, really easy to sort of change this back panel piece to be how we want it. So this side of the back panel is what attaches to your frame, and this side is what attaches to your hook and eye. So I don't really want to change my length over here at all, but what I'm going to do is just draw a line that is sort of perpendicular to that frame attachment point. I also don't want to change the length of my band at all. Let's say that I like how that looks. So I want to keep my band the same length as it currently is. So I want to draw a line there and just extend from where it logically would go, and keep my same line over here. And then I'm just going to keep my line at the top. Right, so it sort of looks like a wonky triangle or wonky rectangle, but you can see how it still has these same proportions lengthwise as the original band piece, and also the height where it attaches to the rest of the bra. So if I wanted to make a U-strap attachment or a leotard, all I need to do is just create a little scoop in the back of the piece like this, and then eliminate this corner. So then this is how I would cut out my bra back. Now you need to make sure that the length over here is at least, or at minimum, the length of your hook and eye plus the width of your bottom band elastic. So if I was using a 1/2 inch bottom band elastic, so let's say 1/2 inch comes in like right about there, I need to make sure that this distance is at least how wide my hook and eye attachment is going to be. So a lot of times what I'll do is I might not scoop in so severely. I'll scoop in just a little bit like this on my pattern piece. That way I know what's my right or what's my up and down side, but I'm giving myself some room in there to be able to make alterations in different if I'm doing a 2 high hook and eye or 3 high or something like that. So the next type of back that I want to show you is sort of like continuing in this method of doing the U-bend or the leotard back, and that is making myself a strap attachment point. So I've done this to my Black Beauty, and it's actually now what I use as my standard Black Beauty back piece, because I find it's really, really comfortable, and it also helps hide some of those back fat rolls that we may have. So for this one, we are going to take that scoop, which we already have in our U back, and maybe extend it a little bit further up higher. And then I just make a strap attachment point like this, and then curve it back down into my original back band piece. So this one's really nice. You're gonna have your strap, which comes up this curve right here. You can see that the strap is coming up at a pretty straight angle. So this is helpful, especially if you want to make sure that you're keeping your straps centered on your shoulders. If you have the strap coming up at a straight angle and then you're setting it up at a much higher portion on your back, then it's much less likely to start falling off on the side. So if I was doing this, I would cover the picot elastic up to this point, and then I would have a strap that comes up to this point, and you get a very nice sort of higher back coverage. So now I'm going to show you how to turn this into sort of like a racerback. So we're going to start out again with our wonky rectangle. And again, this is using the Black Beauty bra, but you can use it for any of your bra patterns. We're going to put our little scoop in there, and again, this distance needs to be our band elastic plus the height of our hook and eye. So this is basically what we had done previously. Now we need to consider how much space our hook and eye takes up. So hook and eye is about 2 inches wide when you have it on the loosest setting. So we want to do 1 inch on either side. And I'm just going to draw a line that is 1 inch out. So this is 1 inch right here. So our hook and eye will take up that space, but we're not going to have a hook and eye up here for our racerback, and so we need to account for that. So the next thing I want to do is decide how high my racerback is going to be. So I'm just going to put a little balance line in for myself, whatever you want, right? There's no rules on this. You just kind of have to do what you think looks good. So I'm going to start drawing in with the blue so we can see the difference that we're doing. So what I'm going to do is take this initial scoop and just sort of like continue going around like this until I meet my line. And then I want to go up a little bit on that straight line, make my strap attachment point. And then we want to connect our known upper edge over here, right? This is where it's going to connect to the bra. So I can't be any higher than that, but I'm just going to do like a swoopy like that. So we're connecting to a point that we already knew fit. And this could be a great, actually, you know what? I'm looking at this. I don't like how the strap attachment looks, so I might change it a little bit. I might angle it out more like this. So I've just cleaned up and erased all of those lines that aren't necessary anymore. So this would be our back band piece, and we would actually cut this one on the fold. And so if you cut it on the fold, what you're going to end up with is something like this. So of course the hook and eye would sit down here, allowing you to connect it. You'd have this open keyhole back. Now the best way to finish this open keyhole would probably be fold over elastic, just because it goes around those tight curves nicely. And then your straps are going to be attaching up here. And you can see how the straps are attaching very close to the center of your body. So this is really good if you have sloping shoulders and problems with your straps falling off. It also works really well behind, those sort of racerback shirts where you don't necessarily want your straps showing. So this keeps them more towards the center and gives you a lot of firm support while still using that same height of hook and eye closure. So all of those that I've shown previously has to do with turning a T back into a U back. But what if you have a U back and you find that T backs are better suited to your body? So here's an example. I think this is the Marlboro bra. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that's what this pattern is. And so on this one, we do have that U back attachment already in place, but let's say we want to make it a T back. So for this, I'm going to copy the bottom, and I'm going to make sure we maintain that same edge that connects to the frame, and we want to make all of our changes over here. So in this case, it'd be really, really simple. All I need to do is attach the top point of where it connects to the frame to the top of where it connects to the hook and eye. Right, and this is going to be our new pattern piece, and you can see the hook and eye would attach like here. So this one probably isn't a good example. This is made for a too high hook and eye like this, because you do have that excess that's going to be taken up by the elastic. But your hook and eye would attach like this, and then the straps you could attach at the very end of the process, and you can attach those straps wherever you wanted them to be on the bra. If you want them more towards the center or more towards your underarm. So it's really, really easy to go back and forth between those two different types of attachments. Now, as I had said, my preference is for U-back, so I change almost everything into this sort of attachment if it's not already, but I do know of some people who have a vast preference for the T attachment, and so they will change all of their patterns to look like this. So it really is whatever you're most comfortable with or what you like wearing. The main things you want to make sure is that you're keeping the same length of pattern piece as the original, and then the same height where it attaches to the bra, and then you can do whatever you want with what happens in the middle. So I hope this has given you guys a couple of ideas of different ways you can change up the back of your bra pattern to make it more comfortable for yourself or just to give it a different look. I will see you guys next time. Take care.